Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Online, and in this particular video we are just going to continue our revision series for IIIT Hyderabad PGEE 2025 examination. In the previous video we just discussed few questions from the concept of General Aptitude, in which we discussed quant and the reasoning, and in this session also we are going to continue the same. So let's start the session and let's see what kind of questions we are having in today's session and how we are going to deal with them. So this is the first question, and here this question is from the concept of inequality, where we are having statement and we just simply need to go through it and we need to check the conclusion whether they are true or not. Okay. So the question is saying that in each question, relationship between different elements is shown in the statement. The statements are followed by conclusion. Study the conclusion based on the given statement and select the appropriate answer, right? So here we are having three different statements and here we are having our conclusions. Okay. If I just see my conclusion, the first conclusion contains O and M. So where we are having O and M in the statement, here we are having M and here we are having O. But they are not directly linked with each other. So what we need to do? First we need to establish the relationship in between the entities that we are having. So we can say that here the I element is common in between these two. The I element is common. So here I can write it as O is equals to I and I is less than and equal to M, right? As both of these entities are equal, I can say that O is less than and equal to M. Now, as we are having this particular symbol, from this one we are getting two possibilities. We are getting what? We are getting two possibilities, and those two possibilities says that either O is equals to M or O is less than M, right? These are the two possibilities we are having, but we can't surely say that O is equal to M or O is less than M. And in this conclusion we are having O is less than M. We can say that there is a possibility, but we are not sure, right? So this one is considered in the can't say condition. We are not sure whether we are having this as a true or not, as we are having both the categories at the same time, right? Second one. In the second one, again we are having O, that means this one, and the second element that we are having over here is N. That means we can connect it with the help of again I, because here in the second statement we are not having any of the common element through which we can able to relate O and N, right? So from this one we can say that O is equals to I is less than and equal to M, and M is equal to N, right? This is the relation that we are having over here. Now what we are trying to do, we are just trying to write down the relationship in between O and N through this one. As both of these entities are equal, I can write it as O, which is less than and equal to, and here these all two are also equal, so I can write it like this. As we are getting this one, so from this also again we can drive it like either O is equals to N or O is less than N, right? These two possibilities are here. We can say that there are chances that this one is true or this one is true. At a time only one can be possible. So again we are not sure whether this one is true or not, and that's why this second conclusion is also considered in the can't say condition. As both of them are considered in the can't say condition, so we are just going with our option number D, which says that neither conclusion 1 nor second follows. Neither conclusion 1 nor second true, right? Let's move further and let's talk about the next question that we are having over here. The next question says that study the following information carefully and answer the question given below. As we can see that this question is from the concept of direction sense, and we know that if we are having any of the question from the direction sense, we required direction plane, right? We require direction plane, right? Okay. Now the question says that person Z starts walking from point G towards north and walks for 10 meter. Okay. So we can say that, let's suppose this is my point G. This is my point G. This person moved in the north direction and covered a distance of 10 meter. Let's suppose this distance is of 10 meter and the person who is walking is person Z, right? And to reach point F. Okay, so this point is nothing but point F, right? Next, then he turns right and walks 4 meters to reach point C. Now we know that whenever we need to move in the right direction, that means we need to move in the clockwise direction. And if we want to turn to the left side, we need to move in the anti-clockwise direction. Now in which direction we need to move? In the clockwise direction. And how much distance? 4 meters. So let's suppose the distance is of 4 meters and to reach point C. So basically this is my point C, right? Next, where he turns left and walks 3 meters to reach point A. Okay, now again there's a movement, and left, that means anti-clockwise, and there's a movement of 3 meters to reach point A. Okay, so let's suppose this is my point A and this distance is of 3 meters, right? Next, then he then again turns right and walks 7 meters to reach point B. Okay, right, that means in this direction and distance of 7 meters. Okay, so let's suppose this is 7 meters and reach to point B. Okay, where he turns right and walks 7 meters to reach point D. Okay, again in the clockwise direction. So we can say that towards this is 3, so somewhere over here we are having 7 meters, and person Z reach to point D, right? Okay, finally he turns right and walks 6 meters to reach point E. Okay, again there's a movement in the clockwise direction, so we can say that here we are having this distance is of 6 meters and he reached to point E, right? So basically this is my complete diagram. You can just extend this one as we are having it over here. Now the question is saying that find point B is in which direction with respect to point C. So here we are having our point. So point B is in which direction? This direction is nothing but the northeast direction. That means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one. Clear? It's very easy one, right? So whenever we are having this kind of question, just simply take the help of direction plane so that you can easily able to draw the diagram correctly. This is the one type of question that you can expect from this, but once you will done with the diagram, then you can easily able to apply the other parts, or we can say other patterns as well. Like maybe the question is asking the distance in between the point G and C, so you can just simply use the Pythagoras theorem, as we are having 90-degree angle over here. So you can easily able to apply the Pythagoras theorem, and you can also able to determine the different answers as well, right? Next, the next question says that what value should come in the place of question mark in the following number series. So here we are having number series, and what we need to do, we just simply need to determine the pattern, or we can say the logic first, and after that with the help of this we need to determine the missing term over here, right? So the term that we are having is 25, 31. Okay, 25, 31, 34, 37, 43, and the missing term, right? Okay, if I'll see the difference in between the terms, if I'll see the difference in between the terms is of 6, right? Plus 6, but here the difference is only plus 3, right? The half of it. But again here we are having plus 3, that means initially what we are having plus 6 as a distance, and after that we are having plus 3, plus 3. But here the difference is increased, and now how much distance we are having? We are again having plus 6, right? Okay, now what we need to do, we just simply need to check what is the logic over here. We can't also go with the alternate series because the pattern is not applicable. But what we can say over here, if you will see it carefully, if I multiply this term by 0.5 or 1 by 2, if I multiply this number by 1 by 2 or 0.5, I'll get 3, right? I just increase this number by 2 or I'll get 1. So here I just doubled the number that we have used over here. Now I'm multiplying it by 1. So 3 into 1, again I'm getting 3. Now into 2, what we are getting? We are getting 6. Now basically if we are increasing, that means here what we need to do, we need to multiply it by 4, the double of it. 6 into 4, that is nothing but 24. That means I need to add 24 over here. So 3 and 4, that is 7, and here we are having 60. Are we having 67 in the option? Yes, we do have that. That means your option number A is the correct one. Your option number A is the correct one. Clear? It's very simple. All you need to do is you just simply need to analyze the numbers that you are having carefully, and you can easily able to determine the answers, right? Next. The next question says that 150% of A is equal to B and the sum of B plus C is equal to 105. 20% of A is 6 less than 20% of C. Find the sum of A plus B plus C. How we are going to deal with this? All we know is that here we are having three variables, but we are having some sort of connection in between the entities. So first we need to try to write it down in a single variable, and after that we can easily able to calculate, right? Okay. So 150% can be written as 3 by 2, right? This can be written as 3 by 2, right? Okay, so we can write it as 3 by 2a is equals to b, right? This is the first relation that I can write it over here. In the second relation, it is given that b plus c is equals to 105, right? This is the second relation. Third relation, 20% can be written as 1 by 5 in the fraction. We all know that, right? So a by 6 is 6 less than, that means plus 6 is equals to c by, sorry, not 6. Here what we need, right? 5 over by 5, right? This is what we are having. Okay, if I am just trying to convert it, I can write it as a plus 30 by 5. I just took the LCM and c by 5. From this one, I can write it as a plus 30 is equals to c. This is a relation that I got in between a and, okay. Okay, so if I put this thing over here, what I can write? I can write b plus a plus 30 is equals to 105, right? I can write it like this. So here I am getting b plus a is equals to 105 minus 30. So this is nothing but b plus a is equals to 75, right? This is the relation that I got over here. Okay, now the question is saying that b is nothing but equals to 3 by 2a. Okay, so 3 by 2a plus a is equals to 70. That means 3a plus 2a by 2 is equals to 75. Here what we are getting? We are getting 5a. 5a is equals to 75 multiplied by 2. This is what we are getting over here, right? Can we able to eliminate it something? Yes, with the help of 5 we can eliminate it. Here we are getting 1 and 2, 15, right? 15. The value of a that we got over here is of 30. If the value of a that we got over here is 30, that means the value of c that we got over here is 60, right? The value of c that we got over here is 60, and here if it is with the help of this relation, we can say that the value of b is nothing but the 45. The value of b is nothing but the 45. Now you are having value of all the variables that you have used over here. We are having value of a, b and c. Now what we need to do, we just simply need to find out the sum of a plus b plus c. So a plus b plus c, that is nothing but 90. 90 plus 45, that means 135. Are we having this as our option? Yes, that means your option number A is the correct one. So whenever you are having these kind of question, all you need to do is you just simply need to try to convert all the variables into the single one. Or you can also do one thing, you can take a one variable as a constant and then you can solve it, right? Let's move further. Let's talk about the next question. The next question says that a job can be completed by 12 men in 12 days. How many extra days will be required to complete the job if 6 men leave after working for 6 days. The question is very easy. All we need to do is we simply need to use the concept of total work, which is nothing but the number of man multiplied by the number of days. We only need to use m into d, number of man multiplied by the number of days. Okay. So the first thing that we need to find out the total work, how much work they need to complete. So we can say that the total work is nothing but initially 12 men are working for 12 days. That means 12 into 12, that means 144 units. The total work that they need to complete is of 144 units. Now the question is asking how many extra days? How many extra days are required to complete the job if 6 men leave after working for 6 days? That means for 6 days the whole 12 men are working. So work done in 6 days. How many units of works are completed in 6 days? So 12 men are working for 6 days. That means they have completed 72 units of work. 72 units of work. Now, how much remaining work that the remaining persons need to do? Remaining work. So, the total work that we are having 144, out of that 72 units are completed. That means 72 units are still remaining. 72 units are still remaining. Now, this 72 units are completed by the remaining 6 men. Now, in how many days these 6 men can able to complete this 72 units of work? So, number of days is nothing but 72 by 6, and here what we are having? We are having 12 days. We are having 12 days. So 12 more days are required to complete the 72 units of work. But the question is asking what? Question is asking initially 12 men are taking 12 days. Right? 12 men are taking 12 days. Now how much extra days are required? If we see how many extra days we are having, initially 12 men worked for 6 days. These are nothing but 6 days, right? And here we are having 12 days. That means the total that we are having over here is 18 days. In such situation, these 12 persons took 18 days to complete the work in this scenario where 6 men left the work, right? Now we only need to find out the extra work done. So initially they are taking 12 days, so minus 12 from it. That means 6 extra days are required. 6 extra days are required. That means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one. Simple, right? All we need to do is we just simply need to understand the language of the question, and accordingly we can easily able to solve it, right? Next. The next question says that the least number which when divided by 5, 6, 7 and 8 leaves a remainder 3. But when divided by 9 leaves no remainder s. We need to find out the least number. In such scenario, what we need, whenever we are do have this kind of question, we just simply need to find out the LCM first. What we need to do, we just simply need to find out the LCM. The LCM of the numbers, LCM of 5, 6, 7, 8. The LCM of these numbers is nothing but, here we can say the 2 factor is common. So 2, and here we are having 30, 30, 200, 210, and that is nothing but 840. The LCM that we got over here is 840, right? Okay. Now if I want to write down the number, this number should be in the pattern of 840k plus 3. Why I'm writing 3 over here? Because whenever we are dividing this particular number, we are getting 3 as a remainder. So here we are writing 3 now. But the question is saying that whenever I'm dividing this number by 9, whenever I'm dividing this number by 9, there is no remainder. No remainder, right? There is no remainder. Okay. So we just start putting the value of k when we are putting k equals to 1, right? It is nothing but 843, is nothing but the number becomes 843, and when I divide 843 by 9, are we getting it? So the rule of 9 says that if the sum of all the numbers is divided by 9, then the number is also divided by 9. So here we are getting 12, right? 12 plus 3, that is nothing but 15. 15 by 9, no, that means this value is not correct. Now we need to put k equals to 2. When we are putting k equals to 2, that means 842 plus 3. This is my number and I need to divide it by 9. So when we multiply it, we are getting 1683 divided by 9. Now when I'm going to add these numbers 7, 7 and 3, that is nothing but 10, 10 and 18. 18 by 9, yes, it is completely divisible. That means on the value of 2, on the value of k equals to 2, we are able to get the number. So here the number, the least number that we got is 1683. That means your option number A is the correct. Your option number A is the correct one. Very simple, right? Next. The next question says that an objective test with all the questions mandatory to be answered can be attempted in 127 ways, such that the student gets at least one question right. Find the number of ways in which he can answer 4 questions correctly. Okay, so if I have to give answer, it's an objective type, right? Let's suppose here we are having 10 questions. Question number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, and so on. Right? There's so many questions. For every question, I am having two choices. The true, false, true, false, false, and false, and so on. Right? For every single question, as it is mandatory to be attempted or to be answered, for every question, I am having two choices. For each question, I am having two choices. So that means if I need to find out how many choices I am having, it can be calculated by 2 to the power n. It calculated with the help of 2 to the power n. Now, the question is saying that student gets at least one question right. At least one question right. That means the question is trying to say that such scenario 2 to the power n minus 1. Why I am subtracting 1? Because out of the whatever the number we are having, out of that one question is correct, and this is should be equal to 127 according to the question. We are having this statement as here these are the total number of ways through which we can able to answer. This is the number of ways to answer the. If we are not having any such condition, if we are not having any such condition, then we can directly able to apply this one. But the question is saying that at least one answer correct, so here we need to eliminate one because out of these one answer is correct. Okay, so we can say that 2 to the power n equals to nothing but 127 plus 1, which is nothing but 128, right? And we know that 2 to the power 7 is nothing but 128. We know that 2 to the power 7 is nothing but 128. If you don't know the powers, then what you can write it as 2 to the power 1 is 2, to the power 2, that is 4, 2 to the power 3, that is nothing but 8, 2 to the power 4, which is nothing but 16, 2 to the power 5, which is nothing but 30, 2 to the power 6 is nothing but 64, 2 to the power 7 is nothing but 120, 2 to the power 8 is nothing but 256, 2 to the power 9 is nothing but 5, 5, 8. I guess this is the right one. Okay, just 5. Okay, just check this one. 2 to the power 10 is nothing but 1024 and so on. That is 512, sorry. Right, and 4096 and so on, right? These are the ways through which you can write it. So we got that basically 2 to the power 7 is 128. Now the question is saying that find the number of ways in which he can answer the 4 questions correctly. Now what we need to do, we only need to answer 4 questions correctly. So how many questions we are having? Total, the questions that you are having is 7. Total 7 questions you are having, and out of that you only need to answer 4 correctly. So 4C7. What you need to do, simply need to answer 4C7 and you can easily able to, right? So when you will solve it, what answer you will get? You will get 5 as your answer. You will get 35 as your answer. Yeah, it's very easy, right? Very one. Let's move further. Let's see what next question we are having. Okay. So the next question we are having is the number of ways in which 8 different books can be arranged on a shelf so that 3 particular books shall not be together. Okay. So let's suppose if we are not having any condition. There's no condition over here and we need to arrange 8 books. In how many ways we can arrange them? In the 8 factorial ways. So 8 books can be arranged 8 factorial ways without any condition. Without any condition, right? Without any condition. Okay. But the question says that here we need to arrange it like that so that 3 particular books shall not be together. Okay. So let's suppose here we are having book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, book 6, 7, book 8. So whenever we are having like not be together, so it's very difficult to find out. So we just simply find out and how many ways we can able to put them together. So I'm just assuming that I need to put these 3 books together. I need to put these 3 books together. So I'm treating them as entity 1. I'm just treating them as entity 1. And how many books we are left with? We are left with 5 books, right? What I'm trying to say, it's very difficult to calculate not to be condition. So what we are doing, we are just taking the opposite condition. We are putting these 3 books together and I just consider this as a single entity, and the rest books that we are having is 5. Now as a combined, now as combined they are treated it like we are having 6 books. Now we are having 6. This is the 1 and the 5. So in how many ways they can arrange themselves? So they can arrange themselves in 6 factorial. They can arrange themselves in 6 factorial ways. But we know that these 3 books can also able to arrange themselves in 3 factorial ways. So multiplied by 3 factorial. This is a combined value we are having, right? But the question is saying that we need to find out the not to be condition. So our answer should be in total ways that we are having minus 6 factorial multiplied by 3 factorial. This is our answer. This is our answer. These are the ways through which we can answer this particular question. Is it clear? It's a very easy one. What we did, we just simply consider these 3 books together or as a single entity, and total we are having 6. Now 6 can be arranged in 6 factorial ways, and these 3 books can arrange themselves in 3 factorial ways. 6 factorial multiplied by 3 factorial, which is subtracted by the total, and ultimately we got our, right? Next. Okay. So the next question says that A alone can complete work in 16 days and B alone can do it in 12 days. Okay. Starting with A, they work on alternative days. The total work will be completed in how many days? So basically here what we need to do, we just simply need the concept of alternate work. What we need to use the concept of alternate work, right? So we just go with the basics that we are having. Now here we are having two entities. A can complete the work in 6 and B can do the same work in 12 days. The second step says that we need to take the LCM, and the LCM is right. The LCM over here is 48, right? Now the next one is the we need to find out the multiple. So here it is present on the multiple of 4 and this is present on the multiple of 3. These are what? These are the efficiencies of A and B. These are the efficiency of A and B. As the cycle is not mentioned, so we need to take the by default one, that A is starting and after that B is continuing. So basically they are working in AB, AB, AB and this pattern, right? Okay. So let's suppose initially A came and A did some work and he can able to do work with his efficiency only, so he completed 3 units of work. Okay. Now after the next day B come and B completed 4 units of work. So basically in 2 days they can able to complete 7 units of work. If you are not able to get it, you can write it as day 1. Right, day 1. Who came? A came. A can able to complete 3 units of work. Right, 3 units of work. Day 2, who came? B came and he can able to complete 4 units of work, right? Can able to complete the 4 units of work. So we can say that in the combined format I can write it as in 2 days. In 2 days, how many units of work is completed? 7 units of work is completed, right? But how many units of work we need to complete? We need to complete it in the 48 units. So you can also understand it. Let's suppose this is the 48 units of work. So initially A came, he completed 3, then B came, completed 4 units. Again A came, 3, B 4, A 3, B 4 and so on, right? In this scenario. So I'm just going to find out the nearest multiple of this one. So I just multiply it by 6. I just multiplied by 6 and here what we are getting? We are getting 42. We are getting 42 units. The complete nearest multiple. So I also need to multiply it by 6 and here we are getting 12 days. So in the 12 days, how many units of work is completed? 42 units of work is completed. Now, in such scenario, the same cycle is repeated AB, AB, AB. Now, who came? A come. He took 1 day of time and he completed 3 more units of work, so plus 3. That means at the end of 13th day, at the end of 13 days, how much units of work is completed? 45 units of work is completed. 45 units of work is completed. Now still we need 3 units of work, so now B came. Now who is coming? Now B is coming. B is coming, right? Now who is coming? Now B is coming, and instead of investing the whole day, as we only want 3 units of work and he can able to do 4, so he is only taking 3 by 4th day of himself to complete the rest 3 units of work. To complete 3 units of work. The total work is completed in 13 3 by 4 days. 13 by 4 days. That means your option number C is the correct. Your option number C is the correct one. Very easy, right? Next. The next question says that introducing Rohan to a guest, Ashok said, "He is the only son of my father's daughter-in-law. How is Ashok related to Rohan?" Okay. So basically, this question is from the concept of blood relation, and what we need simply need to understand the language, and after that we need to give the answer. Okay, introducing Rohan to a guest, Ashok said, "He is the only son of my father's." Okay, so let's start with Ashok. Ashok father. Ashok father's daughter-in-law. Okay, now there's a two possibility. In this case, there's a two possibilities, right? As father's daughter-in-law, so there are chances that Ashok might be talking about her wife, his wife, sorry, his wife, right? Or, the second case says that, here we are having Ashok, right? Ashok's father. There's a possibility that Ashok might have one brother, and there's a wife of it, and this is also the daughter-in-law of this particular father. Okay, now he is the only son of my father's daughter-in-law. That means here we are having Ashok, not Ashok, Rohan. We are having, as he is the only son, so we can write it like this. Right? So these are the two possibilities that we can draw over here. Now we need to find out how Ashok is related to Rohan. Ashok can be the father or the uncle. Can be the father, either father or uncle. That means your option number D is the correct one. Sometimes we need to understand the requirement of the question. Accordingly, we need to answer, right? Next. So the next question says that a box contains 5 black and 4 yellow balls. A bag contains 4 black and 6 yellow balls. A ball is randomly drawn from the bag and put it in the box. Now, a ball is randomly drawn from the box. What is the probability that the ball drawn from the box is yellow? Okay, so the question is saying that here we are having a box and a bag. Okay, so let's suppose this is my box, right? In box, how many balls we are having? We are having 5 black plus 4 yellow balls. So total 9 balls we are having. Well, 9 balls we are having, right? Okay. Now in the second scenario, we are having a bag. We are having a bag, right? Okay. In this bag, we are having 4 black and 6 yellow balls. 6 yellow balls. So in total, we are having 10 balls. Okay. Now the question is saying that a ball is randomly drawn from a bag. Okay. So if I'm taking out a ball randomly from it, there's a two possibility. It may be black or it may be yellow. Right? There's a two possibility. Now, whatever ball we are having, we are putting that ball into the box. Okay. So first, let's try to figure out how many conditions we are having. So in this scenario, we are having two cases, or we can say two conditions. So case one and case two. So in case one, we are just assuming that whatever the ball we are picking it first, it is black ball, right? Black ball, and we are putting it into the this one. And the question is that what is the probability that the ball drawn is this from? Yeah, yellow. Okay. So we are just assuming that whatever the second ball we are having, that is yellow, because ultimately we give answer it like this, right? We are getting black ball from bag and we are getting yellow in the ending. And in the second case, we are just getting yellow ball from the bag and we put it over here, and from the box as well we are getting the yellow ball. This is the two cases that we can able to draw from here. Okay. Now in the bag, how many black ball we are having? 4. And how many balls we want? Only 1. So for C1, I only want one black ball from the bag. Okay. Divided by how many total balls we are having? 10, and we want only single ball from it. Now we put it these balls in this one, and how many yellow balls we are having? 4, and we want only one. And as I'm putting one ball from here to here, how many balls we are getting now? We are getting 10 balls now. So 10 1. So basically we need to do the multiplication over here. So we are having 4 by 10 multiplied by 4 by 10. So basically 2 by 5 multiplied by 2 by 5, and here we are getting 4 by 25. The probability that we are getting of case 1 is of 4 by 25. Now The case 2 that we are considering over here is we are getting yellow ball and we are putting yellow ball again. So how many yellow balls we are having? 6, but we only want 1 out of 10 ball, and here 1 multiplied by. Now if we are getting yellow ball, that means the yellow ball is increased over here. Now we are having 5 and we want 1 from it, and here it will become 10c, right? Okay. This can be written as 6 by 10 multiplied by 5 by 10. This can be written as 3 by 5 multiplied by 1 by 2. So this can be written as 3 by 10, right? So now this is the separate probability of both the cases, but what we need to write down the combined probability. The combined probability of this particular event is nothing but 4 by 5, 4 by 25 plus 3 by 10, right? If I just simply find out the LCM of this one, what we can say, this is nothing, this is nothing but 8, plus here we are having 50, that is 2 by 50. Are we having this in our option? Yes, we do have that. That means your option number C is the correct. Your option number C is the correct one. All we need to do is we just simply understand the requirement of the question. Accordingly, we need the answers, right? Next. The next question says that 4 of the following 5 are alike in a certain way based on the English alphabetical series and so form a group. Which is the one that does not belong to the group? Again, what we need to take the help of the associated number to get the pattern. Okay, so in this one, okay. So instead of numbers, if you know the opposite pairs, if you the opposite pairs, then you can easily able to get the answer. As you can see that FU is opposite pair, CX is also opposite, right? AZ opposite pair, high school opposite pair. Fun, Christmas. Here we are having fun and Christmas, right? Here we are having AZ and high school. If you have seen the video, then you know how to remember this uh, opposite pairs. Here we are having E, and here we are having low. That means opposite pair. These three can easily able to create a group as we want the similarity. CX, GS, no, GS is not a. Here we are having Christmas and we are having a pair of GT or high school, right? So here we are not getting it. That means odd one out over here is your option number D. Fun and Jack and Queen. Here we are having Jack and Queen. So basically the odd one out over here is your option number D. In the rest one we are having a concept of opposite pairs, right? Next. The next question says that if all the vowels of the word confluence are replaced by its succeeded letter according to the English alphabet, that means the next one. Succeeded means the next one, right? Okay. And all the consonants are replaced by the previous letter according to the English alphabet, and then all the letters are arranged in the alphabetical order, then how many letters are there between third letter from the left and third letter from the right in the English series? Okay. So basically what we need to do, we just simply need to follow the instruction which is given over here and accordingly we need to answer. Okay. So here the spelling is okay. So how many vowels we are having? First we will convert the vowels. So here we are having 15th P, that means 1, and 21, that means test. Here we are having 5 F, 6, here 5 F, right? We have completed this. Now the question is saying that the consonants are replaced with the previous one, that means the back one. 3. Here it is replaced with B. 14. M. 13. F. E. 5. L. 12. That means Kings 11 Punjab. L. Here again we are getting M. 13, and here we are having 3. That means now after that what we need to do, the next step that we need to arrange them in the alphabetical orders. Okay, so B, B, B. After that we are having F and F. After that we are having K. After that we are having M, M and M. After that we are having P, and in the last we are having V. Right, this is the way. Okay, now the question is saying that we need to find out how many letters are there between the third letter from the left. Okay, so this is the left and third one to with this one, and the associated number is 5, and the third letter from the right, that means 1, as this is my right hand, and the associated number here is 13. We need to find out how many letters are there. Okay, so if we need to find out the letters, so 13 minus 5. But what we need to do, we need to add 1 also over here, as we eliminated both of them over here, right? So how many elements we are having? We are having 8 plus 1, that means 9 elements. Are we having 9 in our option? We wait, what we have done over 13, yes, 13, 5. That is nothing but here we are not. Let's check. We are having F, H, I, K, L. We are having we are having 7. Okay, yes. 13 minus 5 minus, we have to perform it like this. So basically option number B. Option number B is the correct one. 7 elements having, right? Next. Okay, so the next question from the concept of data sufficiency, and the question, what is the present age of Rahul? Hey, statement 1. Ratio of present ages of Rahul and Rishabh is 4 ratio. Here we are not having the further information. With the first one we are not able to get the answer. If it is so, you can easily able to eliminate your option number A. Or option number A is eliminated, and either or is also eliminated. Second, sum of present ages of Rishabh and Ritesh. Okay, Ritesh is a new person. Is 75 years. Ritesh is twice the age of Rishabh. Again, there's a no involvement of Rahul in it. That means from the second one also we are not able to get the answer. But what if I'll combine first and second together? Let's see. So here the question is saying that the present age of Rishabh and Ritesh is of 75 years, right? Ritesh is twice. Here we can say that Ritesh is nothing but twice of, this is what we are having, right? Okay. So basically we can say that 3 of Rishabh is equals to 75. The age of Rishabh nothing but 25, right? If the age of Rishabh is 25, then we can say that if we are having a ratio in between Rahul and Rishabh as 4 ratio 5, and this value of 5 is nothing but 25, that means it is present on multiple of 5. So can we able to get the age of Rahul? Yes, we can is able to get it, and we can also able to find out the age of Ritesh, which is nothing but 50. So yes, after combining both of them together we can able to give the answer. That means your option number D is the correct. Your option number D is the correct one. Clear? All we need to do is to understand the requirement of the question carefully and we can easily answer. Next. The next question says that in the word competitive, how many pairs of the letters have the same numbers of letter between them in the word as in the English bit? Okay. So here we are having a competitive. Right? Here we are having a word competitive. Right? We know that whenever we do have these kind of questions, we take the help of the association. Plus 3, 15, 30, 5, 20, 22 and the 5. Right? Let's start counting in the increasing order. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got our first. 10, 11, 12, 13. No, 15. 15 no. 16, 17, 17, 18, 19. We are not going beyond 22 as 22 is the highest. 13, 14, 15, 14, 15, 17, 18, 17, 18. Yes, and next 20, 21, 22. Yes, we got our one more pair over here. Okay. Next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 20, 21, 20, 21 and 22. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Pair over here. Right? Okay. 14, 15, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21, 22, 21, 20. Here we got one more pair. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 11. 22 is the highest number, so there is no point to count with this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Basically, how many pairs we got? I guess many pairs over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically 8 pairs we got over here. That means more than 5 is the correct answer. Right? It's very easy. All you can do is you can just simply take the help of the associated numbers and you can calculate. Next. The next question says that the out of the 4 words listed, 3 are alike in some manner and 1 is different, like the odd one out. We know that whenever we do have any of the question, the concept of odd one out, we just simply the concept of the pairing. Facebook is a social media itself. Yeah, Twitter is a way to do the social media and all. WhatsApp again. So basically all these three are a part of all these three are a part of social media. Social media is your odd one out. There is your odd one, right? The next question says that an amount doubles itself on simple interest in 4 years. What is the percent per annum rate of interest? Very simple one. So basically, the simple of interest that we are getting is equal to the principal. That's why it got doubled, right? So P is equals to P into R in time period is of 4 years divided by 100, and this P eliminated. Here we are getting 25. So the rate that we got over here is of 25%. Option number B is the correct. Very simple. Next. The next question says that a bag contains cards numbered between 33 and 90. Okay. If one card is drawn from the bag, the probability that the number on the drawn card is a perfect square. So here, first we need to find out how many perfect square lying in between 33. So if we do talk about the perfect square which is lying in between, is nothing but 30, 49 after that 64 and 81. These are the only four, right? So the favorable numbers that we want is the four numbers only, right? Now, how many sample space we are having? This is your NE and NS, right? Sample space 92 minus 33. If you did it so, you will get 59. But here the question is saying that if you will solve it like this, then you can say, ma'am, 4 by 59 is the correct answer. That means option is the correct. No, option number B is not the correct one. Option number B is not the correct one. Here the question is saying that a bag contains numbered between this one. That means these ones are also included. So it is like plus 1. So here total 60 cards are there in the bag. Here these two cards are also there, and if we are doing it so both are eliminated, but here these two cards are also present. So here in total we are having 60 cards. So we know that if we want to find out the probability of an event, that is nothing but the favorable event divided by the total sample space. 4 by 60, that means 1 by 15 is my probability. That means your option number C is the correct one. Your option number the correct one. Very simple, right? Next. Okay, so the next question says that A sells an article to B at a profit of 20% and B sells it to at a profit of 20%. If C pays 360 for it, what was the cost? Okay, look, this question is very simple. There are multiple ways to solve it. So I'm just letting you know how to do it quickly, right? So here, how many persons we are having? A, B, and C. Look, let's suppose, I'm just saying that, let's suppose the cost price of some article is 100 rupees. A sells it to B at a profit of 120. That means it sells it at 120 rupees, right? Now, in the second phase, I'm just assuming that the cost price for the B is 100 and it sells to B at a profit of 120%, right? Okay, at 120. 120% profit. But the question is saying that instead of paying 120 rupees, the C is paying 360 rupees. That means it is present on the multiple of 3. If this value is present on the multiple of 3, that means this value is also present on the multiple of 3. That means B paid 300 rupees to A. If this value is present on the multiple of 3, that means this value is also equal to 300 over here for this scenario. If it is so, then we can say that here we are having 4 and here we are having 10, here we are having 5. That means it is present on the multiple of 2.5. If this value is present on the multiple of 2.5, that means this value is also present on the multiple of 2.5. That means 50 is the correct answer. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. This is the easiest way you can easily able to, right? There are multiple ways you can use accordingly, right? Next. The next question says that 7 houses A, B, C, D, E, F, and H are built in a row, not necessarily in the same order, facing towards north. D is built at the extreme right. Okay, so how many houses we are having? We are having 7 houses. So we can assume it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is right. This is my left hand, and this one is my right hand. Right? Okay. Now the question is saying that D is built at the extreme right. Okay, here we are having A and F are immediate neighbor of B. Okay, so we are having this condition: A or F, right? We are having B, and here we are having A or F, right? Okay. E is built immediate next to A. Okay, A and E are like this, but the position is fixed, so we are writing it like H is fourth to the right of B. Okay, so if we are having B over here, then fourth 1, 2, 3, then we are having H, right? Okay. Three of the combination listed in the options are alike in a certain way based on the position of the houses. The above arrangement identify the odd combination. Okay, so what we can do, if we are having condition like this, then We can say that if we are putting h over here, let's suppose, as we need, so if this is the fourth right, this is third right, second right, first right, we need to put b over here, right? Put b over here. If we need to put b over here and we are having such scenario as well, then we need to put f over here and we need to put a over here. Put a over here. In such scenario, we need to put e over here and we are only left with c, so we have put it c, right? Now, just simply go to the condition that we are having, cross checked it. Yes, everyone is north, right? A and F are immediate neighbor of B. Yes. E is built immediate next to A. Yes. H is fourth right. First right, second, third right, fourth. Okay. So CA. That means we are moving direction. HE. Yes. There's a gap of one and moving direction. BE. Okay. In the BE, we are moving this direction. Okay. AF. Again, we are moving. So we can easily able to say that odd one out is your option number B. Sorry, option number C, that is BE. The odd one out over here is your option number, that is B, right? So these are the few questions that we need to discuss for your examination. So all the very best from our side, and please do prepare well for the examination. And if you need any help, you can comment, you can write it down in the comment section. We'll just try to help. Thank you so much for watching this. Then keep smiling, sis. Bye bye, and thank you so